Hi, we're back. This is Arielle.
This is Eric Grayson.
Well, Eric is one of my co-hosts for today. Of course, last week he was my co-host, and no, the other week. And now we're going to be bringing, we just finished, by the way, our Quadro Alas, the most wonderful and the winner of last boxing in Carson City. That's John Rel Casimero Quadra Alas. We call it Quadra Alas is 4 aces. Eric, who is our guest today? Tell me.
So today we have the men behind Full Throttle Boxing. This is Robert Moore and Don House.
Don House, Robert Moore. E-class himself, Eric Grayson, is also an international basketball player, of course. He's retired now, and I know this is our dear friend when we had this, event fights with Manny Pacquiao and I forgot what his other guy's name. Robert, we did talk about your throttle.
Right, full
Explain
throttle.
that to me. What is the throttle? And you also, but I want to talk to Robert first. Explain that to me. Why did you bring up the throttle? And we have many boxers around the world, and you said it's different. Tell me.
Well, it's full throttle boxing, and the reason that we named it that is because the event is everything's geared towards a lot of action. They're shorter fights. It's a full tournament format. So an evening of fights will start with 8 guys that are all the same weight class. The fans decide who fights who in the first round of the fighting.
Oh, I like that. The fans will be the decision maker than you guys.
Right. So we're not matchmaking saying, gee, I hope he wins or I hope he wins. Doesn't matter to us who wins. We're putting it together. The fans decide which of the 8 fighters, who fights who. There'll be 4 fights at the beginning. And how they win their purses is round by round. If a fighter wins a round, he wins 80% of that round's purse. If he loses the round, he wins 20% of that round's purse. If you knock out your opponent, you win 100% of the rounds you don't have to fight. So those 4 fighters in the evening, there'll be four winners of those 8 fighters. Those 4 winners will go fight in a semifinal round this very same night. We double the purse, and they fight again. Same thing, 80-20.
Okay, like Ronald and I, we got to talk about it. We're supposed to bring the fights in the Philippines. We were supposed to do that last year, but we didn't get enough funds to make it happen. He will be fighting to this guy, the Mexican guy, supposed to be in him, and then we're gonna go 16 8x8 to fights. Philippines, Okay, so yours are different. I like that. I think it's more interesting that the fans will be the decision maker than you guys.
And on a fight night, there'll be 8 fighters that'll start. 1 will come out the winner. So in that night, there'll be 3 different rounds of fighting, and only 1 fighter comes out the winner for that night. So the whole event is one big event. It's not just one fight card and then another fight card. It all works together. The idea was really Don's. He came up with the original concept.
Don, tell me about yourself. I heard you're also famous yourself, like everybody else.
Don't let him be modest either.
Tell me what
he's about to. Come on, let him know.
My name is Don House, and I've been in the game since.
Where's the energy? Come on, what's wrong with that?
It'll kick in. I'm a fighter. I lay back a little bit. I lay on the ropes, and I figure out my opponent, then I attack.
If you're in the industry, you will know him as House.
Okay. How old are you when you start fighting? I know you're still young.
10 years old. I started in 72.
No kidding.
Yeah, I started in 1972.
Like John Riel, he said he was 9.
Yeah, we start young. Champions always start young. I mean, you're going to be a champion in anything, you got to be a kid start. You're not going to start out at 30 years old and become a champion.
I cannot believe we have all famous here with me. I want to be famous too.
You are famous.
You are. You got your own TV show.
Exactly.
What a famous. Well, tell me more about you.
Being in the game for that many years, I've seen how the game has declined. Too many under-the-table deals, mismatched fights, and I said, I got to do something about this. Then I started working for a company called the UFC, and I watched how they take these average guys, these average Joes, and build them up to world championship level.
Correct.
And I said, we can do the same thing for boxing. That's why I came up with this concept. At the time, we didn't have a name. I had a concept. It was great. And we came up with the Full Throttle name because the fighter's going to be fighting at full throttle. And that's the key. At the end of the day, that's all fans want to see. They want to see 2 guys get in there, wind them up, and let them rock and sock and roll by.
So this is not like about just snag the money, right? This is about also to educate the young
It's educate, teach, and also it takes those average B fighters that no one wants, right? The only time a company or a promotion uses a B fighter is to promote his A fighter. We get a B fighter, beat up up. We beat up up. A fighter beat up the B fighter, and we promote this guy to 50-0. We want to give these B fighters a chance to fight one another so we can make those guys champions.
Yeah.
See, and it's tons and tons and tons of those guys all over the universe.
So one of the things that I've been doing since I got on board with these guys, I took a temperature of the community and what they know about boxing and where boxing is as far as their lives is concerned. Right now, obviously, the meat and potatoes of sports for Las Vegas is our Golden Knights. And shout out to all my boys on the team and Ryan Reeves. I'll see you, buddy. And then, you know, you have UFC, which is another big part of the city. And obviously, you know, you if you look across the freeway, you'll see the stadium being built for the Raiders.
Correct.
But this is a boxing town. It always has been. It started out as a boxing town, and it's kind of lost its luster a little bit. You know, our latest claim to fame, or our last claim to fame, was obviously Floyd. And Floyd's retired now, and you know he's still doing some things as far as career is concerned. But you know, where is it now? Who is it now? Nobody knows. I've asked people, I said, you know, do you know when the next major boxing fight is going to happen here in the city? They don't know. I said, who are the current boxers that you're following right now? They don't know. And if they do, well, right. And if they do say a name, it's a former icon. It's a Floyd. It's a Klitschko. It's, you know, but nobody current. And so the one thing that I liked about UFC, it took, like Don said, the B fighter and made him a star. Or somebody that might not have gotten a chance or a look because of he didn't have the right promoter backing him or something. He didn't get a look. This gives a perfect opportunity to see some more rising stars come up and bring boxing back to the forefront where it's supposed to be, especially in a city like Las Vegas.
I think it's a good idea because if we're bringing a massive sports here in Las Vegas, especially we do have Raiders and we do have Golden Knights, and we have, don't forget, women's basketball.
Yeah, we have the Aces here.
Nobody even knows that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we should promote our, you know, in the community. So I think I like that idea. If we can actually encourage that, that's the most effective for these young fighters, you know.
Right.
So what is your plan next now? Are you guys already making your market to start this?
Go ahead.
The plan. Be the plan, man.
Now, Robert, tell me. I said today, remember when we first met, I said, hey, I want to get involved with that because I'm part of Ronald.
Right.
Ronald and I are part of that.
Okay.
So
The plan right now is we will distribute our events over what's now called OTT. It's like what is Hulu and Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that. It's OTT just means over the top. You're not using a traditional cable broadcast system or a network broadcast system. So
Okay.
we will control our own distribution.
okay.
Because there are in excess of 300, an estimated minimum number of 300 million boxing fans worldwide. In order for us to break even on one particular event, we have to reach 25,000 of them, and the event will only cost $15 to watch for a 3-hour event.
Wow. We can also do pay-per-view,
Well, it is pay-per-view.
$15.
Yeah. If you do
I
I
pay-per-view,
have my own pay-per-view.
I know. If you do pay-per-view on cable, the cable operators generally take at least 50% of what the fan is paying for. So if you watch a fight and it costs you $100, like with the Mayweather
Manny Pacquiao.
McGregor fight,
Yeah.
that cost the fan $100. The promoter netted approximately 50% of that. So it's very expensive to go through that gateway.
But people are smart now. They're using live streamer.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Get it
we're
for
going to go
free.
directly to live streaming. We've got the guy that would run our cameras and do our truck work and all that. He's been doing combat sports for in excess of 25 years.
Wow. Pretty cool.
The guy that will handle when it comes out of the truck until it goes on your screen, he's got, I think it's 7 patents in streaming technology. This guy is absolutely brilliant in that side of the business. The whole team that we have, our matchmaker's been doing it for what, 20 years?
Yeah.
20 years plus. We've got Eric who's going to help us with all the promotion and a lot of the marketing stuff because he's been in professional sports. So there's other people to the team, but we've got a
Of course,
phenomenal
I'm not
team.
bringing any bad thing with me.
No way.
That's why I bring Eric.
That's right.
That's why I bring Eric. But I think I think it's very good for you guys to do this. We can actually help a lot of striving boxer, the young generation. When I start here in our backyard,
Right.
you know, how many candidates do you have now? How many of those here locally?
Well, it's not so much about the candidate. It's just when you go into a boxing gym, you see thousands of fighters not going anywhere. They hitting these heavy bags. They have no promoters. They have no managers. And some of these guys have records of 12 wins and 4 losses.
And they're
That's
not
taboo.
even become real known.
No,
yeah.
nobody wants that guy.
Wow.
That's the guy I want. I want that 12-4 guy because hell, he might have lost to De La Hoya 4 times, but we want that guy because that's the meat and potato of boxing. Those guys hitting them heavy bags in that gym today, that's not going to. They're hungry.
Correct.
It's like
Yeah.
you know, those are the
Correct,
starving
correct.
guys.
They're warriors. They want to go prove themselves. They're
Yeah.
looking for a combat, and nobody's giving it to them.
a fair combat.
And this is the
Yeah,
time that
right,
they
right,
can
right.
actually
Correct.
let them be.
And another aspect is a lot of managers have, let's say one manager will have 30 fighters. Out of that 30 fighters, he's got maybe 15 of them in the gym. And out of that 15 in the gym, he's got 5 that are contenders or are prospects to be contenders. That means out of all the 30 boxers that he has, only 5 or 3 out of the 5 are actually making money or making him
and
money.
basically what he's doing a numbers game.
Exactly.
Let me get as many as I can. One's gonna rise to the top.
Correct.
Yeah.
And with
So-
Full Throttle Boxing, now more of his boxers are competing. They are getting the experience. They're becoming contenders, and they're becoming a name for themselves.
Right.
Which is gonna make them more valuable.
And the exposure too. So you see them. Yeah.
And a couple things that Full Throttle is doing that hasn't been done in boxing. We're creating a brand. And what I mean by that is look at the UFC. UFC does MMA events. But you know when you watch a UFC event that you're watching a UFC event. Same thing as watching the NFL. You know it's football. So Full Throttle Boxing is a brand for boxing. This is what we do. This is how the fighters earn their purses. It's not arranged. The fans decide who fights who. And,
Like that.
And we're also creating a season. The season lasts 6 months. At the end of a season, we'll have 4 winners who have had to beat 3 different and win 3 different events in one night in order to be in that final. So you'll have 4 of these guys that win a season. So we'll have a season and we'll have a brand, which has never existed.
That's pretty cool. I think that's a very good idea. I think that's a brilliant idea, Don.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I don't mind to be part of it because Ronald is going to the Philippines. Are you guys going to the Philippines with him?
No.
That's gonna be
No.
the ball.
No. But eventually we will. I think we love to have our cards, international cards, Filipino,
You know,
different nationalities on the card, so we can reach out to all those markets.
we don't have a problem in the Philippines because 2 of my friends who is in the board game, they are my friends. So they're the one who actually signed a contract for you to be able to get a fight there. Yeah.
Okay.
They actually stayed in my house when they were here for Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather.
And I know you have a lot of sponsors and a lot of relationships.
Yes.
I have a new best friend over at Mazda, Napoleon.
I
So
know he's watching right now.
I hope he's
actually.
watching.
He is
He's a really
watching.
good guy.
Yes,
He's awesome. Had a
Yes.
good conversation with him. But Full Throttle Boxing is looking for a title sponsor. So
Yes.
we're looking to call our championship round maybe the Mazda Full Throttle Championship round. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, actually, we
But,
can do that because Carlos Ruelas is the general manager of the Mazda Cardinal Way and 6950 West Sahara. He actually made me a face of Mazda and the Filipino community and also NAP. So I'm still waiting for him. We can do that. Why not? We can do another shows there. We did that one time and it's a lot of people there and they bring the live radio there, 98.5. They actually, they're live. Yes. So
we can do a live
that.
remote. We can
Yes.
promote Full Throttle Boxing. Maybe we'll have some boxers there. People that want to know more about boxing, they can come and meet
Yes,
Don
yes,
and
yes.
talk with him. He's a legend in his own right. He won't tell you, but he is. And
You've trained, what, 11 world champions?
Yeah, had a few.
and tell there's some people that he's boxed
Yeah.
in his career.
Yeah. I've actually trained probably about 12 to 15 boxing world champions from
Let's do this every week.
every week.
I just want to catch up the. I'm so sorry we don't have much time, but I would just want to shout out. We have a lot of viewers, especially right now in our live Facebook. I put it in. Anyway, Get Wilson, Dennis Moyen from Canada, they're watching also. Jerry Katapang from Minnesota. He is sick also. Get Wilson, he's a doctor. And Jonathan Get Wilson, he's in the hospital also. Corky told me, said, if you mention my name, this is a kick out to me. I love it. I can believe it. My name will be on television. Hi Corky, thank you for watching. Daddy, of course, is watching. John Rial, I told him to wait for me for a few minutes. Thank you so much. He want to go shopping before he goes home to the Philippines. Once again, Quadra Alas, proud of Filipino again. And of course, all the viewers right now who's watching, Dr. Art Rossi. Okay, come join us. We have a lot of doctor, nurses are watching, and businessman Dennis. Dennis is one of the businessmen. I believe he moved to Utah. He is a big businessman, okay? He is watching right now. My Kumari Maria. I cannot scroll down. Can you scroll down a little bit, technical director? Let me catch up the rest of my show. All right, Jim Woods is the owner of World Center of Broadcast Media and also the two owner of the car racing. If you guys want to be here in our station, Jim Woods Car Racing here and also in downtown. Of course, World Center of Broadcast Media sponsor my show and also Wood Sandwich better than Subway. Who else? Gino Bia from Texas. Vince Corredo, that's a friend of Quadro Alas. Christine, of course, that's also a wife. Tiffany Grayson, your wife.
Yes.
Your wife is watching. Anyway, I love you guys for watching Arielle TV. Go ahead, Dan, do your shout out.
Shout out. What's up, America?
He's also famous. See, I'm here, all the famous guy here. We're gonna do another show this week, so hopefully we can have Monday. What do you think, technical director? So we're gonna have some show. Maybe we can do it in other places.
Monday, okay.
Go ahead, Robert.
What do you want me to say?
Say hello to all your fans out
So
there.
hello, all the future fans of Full Throttle Boxing.
Exactly.
There we go.
And
Yes.
Eric.
My friends, also future fans of Full Throttle Boxing, all my friends and family over at Big Dog's Draft House, all my brothers that are on the Golden Knights team, my industry family, the Tau Group and Light Group. Let's see, who else do I have? My new friends over at Mazda on Sahara.
Napoleon.
Napoleon. And all my golf buddies around town, and especially Paint the Desert Golf, of course. That's right by my house. So, hey guys, hope to see you guys there soon.
And don't forget, Eric and I, we talk, so we're going to be just talking about sports, right? So we're going to be bringing the Full Throttle all the time. So whoever wants, we can bring them on the television, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere around the world, you guys can watch us. Anywhere around the world, we can also film remotely, like my technical director, he's doing remotely with me inside the studio. He's not here. So that's the beauty about of World Center of Broadcast Media. It will be, a lot of people said, hey, I can do a Facebook. No, ours is different. Okay, so it cannot be compared. Oh, I can do Twitter. No, it's different. Because no matter what, wherever you're at, if there's no internet or it cannot work, right?
And
So we
also,
have to-
hopefully, your technical engineer, he can run that
Yes,
YouTube
yes.
video for us.
Yes, he can
So
do that.
everybody can get a real good idea of what Full Throttle is
Right.
and the concept. And also the boxers, they'll be able to see what it is and educate them as well.
Right.
And it's going to be good for everybody. It's going to be good for boxing. It's going to be good
Absolutely.
for sports. It's going to be good for this city, and it's going to be good for other cities that we're going to be going to in other countries as well.
I was thinking about it for the expo coming up in September. In fact, the director just called me yesterday, said, hey, when are we going to have this? Maybe if we're ready, we can actually do that in the September at Anaheim Convention Center. This is huge.
Yeah, maybe
So
have
we
like
can
a
do
mock.
that, yeah. I have to ask Ronald, because I think you guys are partner also, right? Joint venture or separate?
With what?
We're separate.
We're separate?
Yes.
Okay, separate. Okay, sounds good. But anyway, don't forget to watch Arielle Live TV every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. And we're going to have more shows probably Monday. We're going to do the prime time shows probably. And Mr. Technical Director, can you play on the last commercial, the link that I sent it to you by YouTube? Nick?
You got it.
All right, thank you both. Anyway, I just want to say goodbye and thank you so much for watching. And
Thank you so
for
much.
being
Thank
here
you.
with me
Thank you. Thank you.
and Eric.
Thank you.
See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Can you play on the last commercial the link that I sent it to you? There you are. He's playing it.
Game 7, score tied with 5 seconds left on the clock. And if the fight broke out on the ground, all attention is now on the
You got it.
It's human nature to want to watch two people enter a cage, a ring, or for that matter, someone's backyard to square off and go toe-to-toe. Just imagine, if you would have invested in a small mom-and-pop company in the year 2000, within 7 years, they sold off 10% of that company for $250 million. And 8 years later, they sold that company for $4.2 billion. That's right, billion with a B. The most valuable sports franchise ever. That company, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC. Let's talk about boxing. Boxing has been on the decline for years and has not been giving the fans what they crave. Are you tired of mismatched fights, or the promoters that protect their fighters against better opposition, or fighters that only do enough not to lose, under-the-table deals, corrupt promoters and managers, or fighters spending the duration of the fight dancing around? We have the solution for many of those issues. Who are we? We are Full Throttle Boxing. Full Throttle Boxing is a sports media entertainment company that will be hosting 8-man single elimination tournaments, with the season finale ending in Las Vegas. Each season will last 6 months, and there will be 2 seasons per year. The fights will be streamed live on the Full Throttle Boxing app and website, similar to Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon. We will start out with 4 weight divisions with 16 fighters each. Light heavyweight, 175 pounds, middleweight, 160 pounds, welterweight, 147 pounds, lightweight, 135 pounds. We will be hosting 8 regional fights in 8 different locations in the United States, and we'll be introducing other countries in the later seasons. Fighters and fights are chosen by the fans based on their abilities, their background stories, and overall appeal through the Full Throttle Boxing website. The first 8 fighters, with 2 alternates from each weight division, will fight in the first half of the season to determine the first 4 finalists. Then the second group of 8 fighters, with 2 alternates from each weight division, will fight in the second half of the season to determine the second 4 finalists. Each region will consist of 7 3-round, 3-minute, single elimination fights. 8 fighters have been chosen and paired off by the fans at the weigh-in a day before the fight and placed in a tournament-style bracket. Fighters will be paid based on their performance per round, 80-20 split, to ensure action, excitement, and entertainment. After the first 6 fights, we will take a 30-minute intermission to allow the last finalists to rest. During that time, we will recap the show, market upcoming Full Throttle Boxing events, have a ring girl contest, and a performance by a popular up-and-coming artist, group, or band. The quarterfinals are worth $18,000 per fight, $6,000 per round. The winner of each round earns $4,800. The loser of each round earns $1,200, 80-20. The winners of the quarterfinals advances to the semifinals, which is worth $27,000 per fight, $9,000 per round. The winner of each round earns $7,200, and the loser of each round earns $1,800. The winner of the semifinals advances to the regional finals, which is worth $36,000, $12,000 per round. The winner of each round earns $9,600. The loser of each round earns $2,400. If a fighter knocks out his opponent in rounds 1 or 2, he earns 80% of that round's purse and 100% of the remaining rounds. For every knockout during the tournament stage, $25,000 will go into the knockout bonus pool. To earn the knockout bonus pool, a fighter in the tournament stage must knock out 3 opponents in 1 night. The knockout bonus pool will continue to grow from tournament to tournament until the 3 knockouts in 1 night is achieved by 1 fighter. Each regional champion will advance to the season finale in Las Vegas. There will be 4 10-round championship bouts. Each bout is worth $150,000, $15,000 per round. The winner of each round will earn $12,000, and the loser of each round will earn $3,000. In the event of a knockout, the fighter will earn 80% of that round's purse and 100% of the remaining rounds. The winner of the fight will be crowned the Full Throttle Boxing Champion. Full Throttle Boxing will prove to be more action, more excitement, and more entertainment. Come join us and help us make Full Throttle Boxing the next multi-billion-dollar sports media entertainment company.